Alright, the first sign your ECM might be on its way out is bad engine performance. And I'm not talking about a little hesitation, I'm talking about a real noticeable drop in power. You step on the gas, and it's like your car's stuck in mud. That's because the ECM controls everything in your engine, from the fuel injection to the ignition timing. So when it starts to go bad, those things get all messed up, and your engine just can't breathe. You might feel it struggling to accelerate, especially when you're trying to pass somebody on the highway. And let me tell you, that's not a good feeling, so if you notice your car's lost its get up and go, don't ignore it. Get that ECM checked out. Now this next symptom, this one can really scare the heck out of you. I'm talking about engine stalling. You're driving along, minding your own business, and suddenly, bam, your engine just quits. Now this can happen for a lot of reasons, but a bad ECM is definitely one of them. See, the ECM controls the fuel pump, the ignition system, all that good stuff. So, when it's not working right, those things can shut down unexpectedly, causing your engine to stall. And let me tell you, stalling in traffic, that's a recipe for disaster. So if your engine starts cutting out on you, don't wait around, get it checked out right away. Alright, this next one hits you right in the wallet, and that's bad fuel economy. See, a healthy ECM, it's constantly adjusting the fuel mixture to make sure your engine's running at peak efficiency. But when the ECM starts going bad, it can get all confused. It might start dumping too much fuel into the engine, thinking it needs it, when it really doesn't. And what happens when you burn more fuel? You get worse gas mileage. So if you notice you're filling up your tank more often than usual, and you haven't changed your driving habits, a bad ECM could be the culprit. Okay, this one's a no-brainer, but I gotta mention it. If that check engine light pops on, don't ignore it. I know, it could be a million different things, but a bad ECM is definitely one of them. See, the ECM is constantly monitoring all the sensors in your engine, and when it detects something's not right, it'll trigger that check engine light. Now, it could be something simple, like a loose gas cap, but it could also be something serious, like a failing ECM. So, don't take any chances. Get that light checked out by a mechanic you trust. They can hook up a scanner and tell you exactly what's going on. And finally, the worst-case scenario, your car just won't start. You turn the key and nothing happens. Or maybe you hear that clicking sound, but the engine won't crank. Now, this could be a dead battery, but it could also be a completely dead ECM. See, the ECM is responsible for sending the signal to your starter motor to crank the engine. So if it's gone kaput, your engine's not going anywhere. Now this is the most obvious sign of a bad ECM, but it's also the most frustrating, because at that point you're stranded. So if your car's not starting, and you've ruled out everything else, a bad ECM might be the culprit.